Yep, so we're heading to Superboats now. Number 33 it is. We're looking good as we head around the track. Our team there from, that's our American team. That's why they've thrown a curveball at me. They've just bought this boat and they're just trying it out. Ron Gallagher and the team from Josh Reynolds, they've had some navigation problems today, this team. This new boat, new package. I've only had a couple of trips around in Canterbury with this boat prior to getting here. Back on track now. Bootlegger. It's the old 600 cubic inch engine of Peter Coe's. They thought the Walla here, wouldn't it be good to do some jet sprinting in New Zealand? Going to have a little bit of timing issues here with these guys. We'll just wait for what you're seeing on the screen might not be what we're getting. They've got to get around though. 3 DNFs up till now, but they're back on track here. Okay, here's our team from America just going to bring it on home. We will give you their time very, very shortly. It is not the 2 minutes that you're seeing on the screen. Okay, so that's great to have an international team out here this year at Featherston. As we look down to see who's coming off the track, onto our track next off the trailer. And these superboats take a little while to get started.
Welcome in if you're watching us on the live stream today. Thanks to Drainage Systems Limited for all your residential, commercial or environmental drainage. Do give them a call. They can help with anything from sewer and stormwater drainage, wastewater treatment, stormwater management systems, water tanks, concrete or plastic, and domestic water supply pumps. Thank you, Drainage Systems Limited.
Okay, we're going to go to Reuben Hawksema now and Jacob Wood. They only have one time at the moment, a 106.935. Problem for them is they've had a bit of trouble with not finishing. And here comes that very special 6-cylinder engine, the 3.4 litre 2JZ. And they've got all sorts of adaptations and turbos and bits and pieces to make that thing sing like a sewing machine and drive like a rocket. And Reuben definitely knows how to make it go. There's a right in. Oh, he's wild and western though. Boy, oh boy, there's some power in that thing. There's some speed in it, but it takes a bit to keep it in the water.
Yeah, it sure does. And that's just, they'll be really, really gutted about their run today. It just, nothing seems to have gone right for them.
They've got one more qualifying round where they want to get it sorted. They're going to have to take at the moment that 106.9, that 106.9 into elimination. They have one more round after lunch to try and bring that down. So let's just see how that pans out for them. But a big thank you to our rescue crew. If they're standing next to the fence and you want to thank them, just give them a big hands, put your hands in the air and give them a big round, ladies and gentlemen. Our rescue crew, we can't run these events without them.
Certainly nice and warm out there, and they probably don't mind the old dip in the track, actually, to be fair.
Pretty warm up here in commentary, I tell you. We're going to go to Aaron Hansen now. This competitor comes to us from Tauranga. Aaron Hansen, Julianne Shanks. They had a 55.585 in Qual 2. They didn't finish in Qual 1, and they had navigation problems in Qual 3. The Wired is the name of the boat. Fencing contractors from in that Tauranga area. .500 cubic inch small box Chevy. They've got the 800 horses, Sprint Tech hull, and an 8 3/4 jet unit. All right, here we go. Aaron Hansen, Julianne Shanks, partners in life, partners in the boat. We've got a hand up here. They've gone off cue early part. Aaron's had a bit of brain fade. He knows it too. He's starting to work out, what have I done wrong? Going to go back through the starter and get himself wired in a little bit better. Wired, the name of the boat. Wired in is what he needs to be. He's on track now. Come around here in front of us. Hard left, hard right. Stay in the track. Yeah, gee, he's really throwing the water around there now. Just, I think he's driving angry. He'd be pretty upset with himself for making that early mistake. Split time of 40 seconds, so it's going to be right off the pace here this run. Don't forget, after we've finished these Superboats, you are able to do that track walk. Please, no alcohol, no smoking, and make sure you're wearing hard top shoes. As we head on around in front of the track here, it's not going to matter too much. It is a run, but the time's going to be way out because of the navigational errors. And we'll come back to you with the time for them as they've been through the timer 3 or 4 times there. So we can't give you a time just yet on that, but the drivers will know eventually what that time is. But it doesn't really matter because yeah. 107 for Aaron. There we go. We've just been told 107 for Aaron Hansen. Okay, let's take a look at our next boat in. We've got Robert White and Lisa Glove. They've been amazing today. They've got a 49. The only sub 50 that we've had, a 49.381. The South Islander has come to show the North Islanders what it's all about. Been competing for more years than any other competitor out there, and showing just the ability that he has to get this boat around. They're a very, very competitive family. He has a daughter that does amazing work in the equestrian world. Robert White, Invercargill fisherman. Oh, look out. We're going sub 50 again. Oh, here we go. Right here in front of us now. There's a methanol fire there that we'll have to get. The rescue crew will be there with extinguishers. You can't see, you can't actually see methanol burning, but everybody will be taking care of them. They've got the thumbs up from Robert. He said he's fine.
Mate, that's a real shame.
Oh, that's a real shame. How about a big round of applause to help everybody just get through this? It's happened right in front of the hospitality group, but he was pushing it. I said to you he was going to be sub 50 again. One little touch of the grass at that speed, and this is where you end up in the Mouthfresh Superboats. So that's just a big off there for them. Robert White and Lisa Glove. We'll get them sorted out. We'll make sure that they're okay. Everybody's looking after them. Our rescue crew are really well trained. Lisa's out. Robert's getting out. Once we get them out of the boat, you guys can just give them the biggest round of applause and let them know you appreciate what they've done. Give them a hand, ladies and gentlemen. That is the beauty of the safety equipment that's put into those boats. Robert's got a smile on his dial. He says, I think I stuffed that up. Turned that boat into a plough. There's a huge gouge in the dirt down there. He was going, and that's going to change things around for him a little bit when it comes to the elimination rounds. There's going to be a whole lot of work done on that boat now to get it ready for elimination. All right, so we'll get them physically checked over, and the ambulance crew will look after them. We'll get that boat back onto a trailer and get it looked after. And hopefully we get to see them, because they have been the quickest all day long. And there's bits getting thrown back in the boat now, covers from the jet unit and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you're right. There's a large gouge mark there. It does look like it's been ploughed. It's on the grass just below, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. And you now can get a good look at that boat and engine package there in front of you, Brent. You haven't had a chance to have a good look, but you do now. But that's not how you should be looking at it. It should be either in the water or on the trailer. But, you know, these boats, while they take some big wrecks, they can put them back together and get them out here again. Big tall guy that he is, Robert, and he'll be looking at that thing and saying, well, I might have just had a muck up. It's only a little one. We're still both okay. we'll get them checked out. We'll have to wait till after lunch to see whether they come back out.
Yeah, big thanks to St John's. Obviously, again, these events don't run without them. Having sort of the ambulance crew here is absolutely brilliant. So, yeah, no, it's not actually the way you want to see the racing go. There's no doubt about that. But
they're on a shoestring. To be fair,
yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot between actually being in the water and out of the water in these boats. And you clip with the nose there. They clipped the inside of that island and lifted themselves out of the water. The back came out of the water. They lost that key effect of suction on the jet unit. And then there was nothing left but basically ride it out, hold on tight and ride it out.
Yeah, we talked earlier, and I know that there's some here that would have heard it, but there's a lot in the crowd that would not. The difference between racing a jet boat as opposed to racing anything on land is just so much difference, isn't it?
Yeah, everything happens, the perception of speed is twice that of being on land. So because you're in the water and because you're that low, driving a jet boat, you've got to make your decisions twice as fast as if you were driving on land because of the effect of being down there in the water. And these big boats, these big engines, they put up so much power. And the worst thing is that when you lose traction on the jet unit, so basically once the intake comes out of the water, you've still got a big boost going through the jet unit and it speeds them up.
Right.
And then that's why we see the effect of what happens then once they come out of the water. In all honesty, they'll be checking that boat over, and if they can get it back out on the water for this afternoon, they'll have it there. Fortunately, it's happened before lunch, and there's a fair bit of dirt to scrape off that jet unit. Looks the reverse bucket's definitely got a bend or two on it. So who knows? Everybody will come together in the pits and try and help them out. And
Such is the benefit of motorsport, right?
yeah, no,
everyone's a competitor, but everyone's a big family.
Yeah, definitely. They all travel the circuit together, and it's great. We just wish them the best of them. They're in the ambulance. They'll get checked out. The rescue crew will go back to where they need to go, and we will be back with more Mouthfresh Superboats in just a minute.
Yeah, once again, a huge thank you to our sponsors here today, NZPSB Jet Sprint Championships. Proud to be at Tohinanuka on the Kiwi Span track. Drainage Systems, a big thank you to them for the live stream. And of course, as my colleague mentioned, Mouthfresh Superboats, they are the proud sponsors. Base Pro commentary, without Base Pro, of course, we wouldn't be here. And Kiwi Span Jet Sprint track sponsor have done a remarkable job. Festival Hire, One and Upper, looking after our corporate area with Giant Oils, the hairpin there. We have seen a few fall a little bit foul of that today. Nothing too major, but it is a very, very tight area. And McFall Fuel supplying fuel to fill the track. We'll be back soon.
All right, we're going to go to boat number 99 after the action there. Here's a good one to bring you back into the frame. The Blue Flame it is. David Simmons, Millie Simmons. They've been pretty quick. They had a 52.662. 52.662. All right, those of you that are paid to play, don't to come in here today, just be a part of the action too. Make sure you come down and have that pit walk very shortly. Have a good look at the boats. Have a good talk to some of the crew that are down there. Once again, just don't smoke, don't drink, and just ask plenty of questions. They'll make you happy. Right, here we go. This is our next boat out. This is David Simmons and Millie Simmons. The Superboats are starting to find their way around this track a lot faster than they have all day long. And they want to be in their top echelon of drivers when we go to qualifying rounds so that they get a good position, running position. And they take a lot to keep in the track here, and you've seen that just around those corners right there in front of us. Here comes a split. Now this is going to be a good split for David. It's a 25.776. 25.776 for split. See how tight did they take that corner as they come in front of us. One touch on the nose of the bank, and your Gonberger, as Robert White knows all about. Now here's the hard left-hander. It's not sub 50, it's a 52.070. 52.070. And that's quicker again than they've been before, so they're coming down all the time. Well, I think I can hear the mean machine, is it, out the back? It is the mean machine. This is a real package here for a superboat. We're looking at Richard Murray and Steve Edmonds, the meaner machine. This thing here, 440 Ford. It's got it all going on. If you can control it, you're going to be right up there. Richard Murray and Steve Edmonds, both from Wanganui. Oh, sorry, I've got it wrong. We're going to shift around to Blake Bryant. Bars Bugs, thank you for that. I really apologise. Cassandra Norman just changed things around in the order here for me. But these guys have been going really, really well too. Now, this guy is a second generation competitor. Fastest time so far is a 51.009, so let's see if we can beat that. He's got that boat looking so good in the water. It's so well keyed in. And he's an aggressive son of a gun. There's only one place for him, and that's on the podium at the end of the day. Oh, he's done a great job through the giant oil hairpin, and round we come. 30. Oh, here we go with another one of these wrecks right in front of us. This is the corner that's going to give them trouble.
This is not the corner we thought would give them trouble either.
Oh boy, we had to move the commentary box because they were worried about us, and people are diving out here, but we'll keep an eye on what's happening in front of us now. All right, so we'll get our rescue crew in, and we'll take time to check on our drivers and make sure everything's okay. The same thing happened. There's a bench in that island down there. If they tip it, if they nose tips it, if they turn too early, they're coming out. And same space, same place, same eventual result.
Earlier on, we talked about that Grand Oil's hairpin sort of area over there. I went, hey, look, this has proved challenging for the drivers early on in qualifying, and it's actually proved to be okay. Maybe they're overcompensating. They're worried about that.
No, I looked at this one earlier on. It's because we've got a left and a right. Like the boat starts dancing in the water a little bit. If it's not set up as it comes through the timer for the second time, if it's not just handling that those corners, it sort of gets a little bit loose. If it comes through there good, they get a straight run up this back straight. Navigator's out. Drivers out. They're both okay. How about we give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Let them hear you now. The Bars Boat team, Blake Bryant, Cassandra Norman. It's not what Blake wants to have happen. It's not what anyone wants to have happen to that amazing piece of equipment there. I tell you what, do you see how quickly the ladies leave their seats up here in commentary when those boats are coming at us?
I know, they're quite good at it.
You and I are obviously old and slow or dumb or something, because we just stayed here and went, oh, no, I think it's going to miss us. But
I took great faith in the safety bank. That's what I did. And and of course the hay bales, so that's fantastic. But no, we didn't get just the water. We got the grass on the windows with that one. Two sort of spectacular incidents here today at the Kiwis Band track, Tauhara.
Oh, Jay Hayden there just giving us a bit of stick as she wipes our window down. One thing they have done is they've bent the exhaust pipes on. I can tell you that for nothing. There's a big crinkle in that one, and it won't take much, but get the rescue crew to just get this boat off the top of our safety bank here. We'll get them onto a trailer again, and our crew will get checked out, and ambulance will sort them out, and we'll get hopefully we'll see them back, because they're definitely one of the top two teams, and it'll be nice to see them come back to us.
Yeah, I mean, we were just saying earlier about how everyone does pull together and will help out where they can. So Unfortunately, it's not just one boat they may have to look at now, it's two.
Yeah, it's quite surprising just how well these boats can come back into the action. But that boat was set up so extremely well. It's just got a little bit loose as it came through there. The hard right, hard left, hard right combination taking a toll on them. We've had two superboats off in the last 10 minutes. That's going to open things up a little bit for the rest of the day's racing. Mouthfresh, of course, looking after a sponsorship of superboats, and Mouthfresh themselves have a superboat in here and to compete. These superboats are sitting back here on the grid, just waiting to come off, and they'll be getting hot. I'll give you another one, Jim.
Yeah, big thank you to, of course, our superboat sponsors, Mouthfresh, your dental hygiene products to brighten any smile, and they say the best tasting toothpaste in the world. Whether it's your first date or your 15th wedding anniversary or your 50th, all important.
All right. Well, Blake's got a big smile on his dial as people ask him if he's all right. He's a fit young fella, and I saw Blake. He won't really want me to remind him too much about that, but we were in Tauranga inside the stadium there, and on the way back doing a World Series, and there's an amazing photo of Blake leaving and his partner Katie, or his wife now, Katie, just leaving the ground, leaving the water and going straight up in the air with a big flame underneath them and behind them as the methanol hits the exhaust pipes. And
wow.
It's just an amazing photo, but of course that boat didn't make it to another track, I don't think. It took a real big wreck, but it's not what we like to see. Navigator just gives Blake a little pat on the back there and says, "Oh, well, we'll do better next time, mate." Blake just has a quick look and says, "What am I going to do?" I'm pretty sure I saw his father here before, and they'll get back to the pits and sort out what they need to do, and hopefully we'll see them back. As they drive in front of our corporate box, please give them another big round of applause, and make that pain a little less for them as they leave.
It's always good to see as well when they're leaving with their boat.
Yeah, no kidding.
Obviously physically fine, but we will keep them checked. A slight delay in proceedings again, ladies and gentlemen, but we will be back very, very quickly. Once again, just a couple of thank yous to our sponsors here today, Waterwise and PSP, LJ Hooker, Still Greytown, Sargent Motorcycles, FIL, Pope and Gray, Kiwi Span Masterton, Gray's Contracting, and Festival Hire, some of our key sponsors here today as part of the New Zealand PSP Jet Sprint Championships Round 2 here at Tohiraniko. As we take a look at the Superboats category. And another one set to go. We'll take a seat and we'll get back into the action.
Okay, if you've been following us today, Chris Rasmussen's boat in Group B, Venom Racing, the number 2 boat in the country last season, is now out of racing. So they didn't finish in qualifying round number 4 and had some problems there. And so they're out of today's competition. So a bit of attrition going on here. It's a bit of a shame because they're the top, some of the top competitors in the country in Group B. But that is what happens in racing. Right. Okay, so the Superboats are lining up on the back there again. It looks like it might be Meaner Machine this time. Okay, we're going to go to Phil Dick. There we go, the Ghost. Hayden Digby Smith, the Navigator. Once again, you're watching Mouthfresh Superboats, qualifying round number 4. These competitors both come to us from Hamilton. 410 cubic inch Chevy, 650 horsepower, probably the smallest superboat out here.
Nice start, went a little wide on that first corner though.
Yep, their quickest time. I think they're starting to get a bit more dialed in here. Their quickest time so far are 109. Looking a little bit more like they're in control and tracking a lot stronger here around the track. Here's the left-hander. Yeah, they've definitely made some improvements to the package. Just a little bit loose around the Mouthfresh Island. Round through the giant hairpin and back through the middle. As Peter Coe said, this new package that they've got here is just taking a little bit of time for them to sort out. They've got a split of 31.091, 31.091. Back through the middle of the track here, around Giant again. This is the corner that we thought was going to catch everybody up, but it's been the one in front of us. And do you want to know the funny thing about this, Brett? They moved the commentary box because they were scared that the boats were going to hit it when it was over there. All right, around we go. Last part of the race for these guys for qualifying number 4. They're well and truly improved, nearly 9 seconds better than they have been. 103.952, 103.952.
Pretty happy with that. Just a bit of a heads up, there's a lolly scramble coming at lunchtime. It'll happen around the track. Key thing is you don't need to move because the lolly scramble will come to you.
Okay, so now we're on to it. Richard Murray, Steve Edmonds in the Mina machine. Been looking forward to this thing. These are good friends of mine from Wanganui. They're the ones that got me into jet sprint commentating way back a century or so ago. And they run the Ford 440 Supercharge 1500 horsepower Mina machine. Has the biggest engine, the biggest pump going on around here now, and it puts the most water out of the track. Look at him go. We nicknamed him Darcy at Fielding Agricultural High School, and it stuck with him his whole life. And he's away again right here now. Around the right-hander he goes, hard on the left-hander. Round the hairpin, it's giant hairpin. The amount of control he's got to have on that throttle is huge, and he's got himself a great split of 26.420, 26.420. He's right on the money as he will make up time in the last part of this course, which is for the big engines. They can get moving a bit. Come through under 39 in the second, and he's got around that corner. Listen to that noise that this boat makes as he comes on through. Final stages. This is a run and a half. Oh no, he's flamed out on the line.
What a time.
And he hasn't actually. He has finished. He's got close enough to finish 55.733. He has registered a time. 55.73. Okay, so watch what happens on the big screen here. The replay in front of you comes around there just quietly, and then he just flames out just on the right there. Lost the engine, flames out as we call it, and dribbles across the line and gets himself a time 55.733. Well, there's many ways of qualifying a time, and I'm sure Richard would like to have this foot on the throttle going through rather than just like that, but yeah, lost the power of the engine. Lucky he didn't come out. Lucky he'd already started the corner and managed to get around there. So yeah, there you go. That's what can happen. Very lucky that he didn't fly out of the track there, Brent.
You know, very lucky. What a run though. Just precision control.
Yeah,
absolutely brilliant.
So I guess the only way to describe that is if you put and if you tried to fly an F-16 and you've never flown an F-16. Every time that thing comes out on the track, you never know what it's going to do. It's just so powerful, and you've got to try and keep it in the lines. It's not like an F-15 where you've got plenty of sky up there. You got to keep it within the confines of the track.
Very tight one at that. No, fantastic effort.
All right, we're just looking to see who's going to come off next. Our rescue crew just had the sorts of tyres out here in front of us. Poison Ivy, Rob Coley and Ange Coley, the team that own Mouthfresh, sponsor Mouthfresh products and help us out here with the Superboat sponsorship. Poison Ivy is their boat. They've had a 52.445. Now, one thing with Rob Coley, it's just go. That's all there is to it. It is just go. You're moving, why?
Because he's going through trees.
Yep, he did. I was actually commentating at Wanganui a few years ago, and in the spin-out bowl they came in hot and launched themselves out over the top of the embankment and flew 40-odd feet in the air.
Wow.
And ended up in some trees. And the trees were actually about 40 feet lower than the track down in the creek, so they were very lucky. That team that day. Oh, he got a little loose there. This Mouthfresh boat is going hard. Around the right-hander there, just got a little loose in the tail. Rocking and rolling a little bit. He's trying to get that 50 or sub 50. Let's see what the split looks like. It's good. It's 25.649. 25.649. So that's actually the quickest split so far. Oh yeah, he nailed that. He nailed the Giant Oils corner. Now let's see if he can stay on the track just here. Boy, he got close. He kissed that island all the way around. This is good. Watch out, ladies and gentlemen. Just keep an eye on that timer. Keep an eye on it. It's a 52.033. 52.033. Give them a hand, ladies and gentlemen, if you would. They'll see your hands even if they can't hear them. $52.033. Still quicker than they have been, so they're coming down all the time. And we're looking to go to PSP Racing, I think, by the looks of it. Sam Newdick and Shama Putoranui. They are number one competitors. No, we're going to go to... Okay, so there we go. So there is a chance that there's a Group A boat still going to come out shortly as well, just to finish off. A Group A boat hasn't had the chance to do its qualifying run, so we'll just qualify that in a minute. But let's go back to Superboats, Mouthfresh Superboats. Finish off the runs here. Sam Newdick, Shama, Putoranui. This PSP boat has had a 51.228. I'm backing them to do a 50 here. And they're set out like they're going to too. Watch this boat just can perform. Nice work around there, around the Mouthfresh Island, the sponsor that looks after Superboats. The Sprintec G-Force hull with the 575 cubic inch small block engine in it, over 1,000 horsepower. Now this is the bit that can slow you down and catch you out. No, that's perfect. Sam's got it worked out. And here's the bit that's put everyone else off today. He ran his nose around that island close. Full bore. Look at that. 120 odd kilometres an hour. Around there we go. Well, there you are. There's the sub 50 we wanted. 49.885. 49.885. Push some air into there, ladies and gentlemen, with your hands. Give that a hand and a half. That's awesome. Okay, so we'll just check with our controllers here. Lunch. Okay, so we thought we might be having a Group A boat come out. So after lunch we will be having a courtesy ride or a hot lap. I think McDonald's set up a hot lap, and we will see them after lunch. But we're looking like we're breaking for lunch now. And in about 5 minutes' time, you can make your way through to the pit lane. There's also, I believe, a lolly scramble.
Yeah, so there's a lolly scramble coming up. You don't actually need to move. The lolly scramble will come to you. So that's one of the benefits of sitting at a track like this. And the other thing I wanted to mention too, next weekend, the 10th of December, if you love your motorsport, Extreme National 4x4 trials are taking place Lake Ferry Road in Pitanoa.